Hello everybody and assessment panel. Today I would like to give the brief introductions about myself. My full name, as you might know, is also on the slide, is Thuyen. I am the Vietnamese and currently residing in Ho Chi Minh City, which is like one of the most dynamic and the biggest cities in Vietnam. This picture is my portrait, which was taken about a couple months ago. I hope that you still recognize me from the picture and from the camera. So now, the next slide, I would love to share with you about my long-term goal as well as my passions in life. It has always been in educating and uplifting others, and also influencing on other lives in the positive way, and finally becoming an international lecturer in the reputable higher educational institutions around the world. This has taken me about 7 years to figure out what I would love to do in my life, in my career. And then I realized that being an educator is one of my dream job, because that is one of the ways to change the next generation mindset and also enhance their knowledge related to global economy. Now I'd love to talk about my educational background. I spent about 3.5 years in the UK to finish my bachelor degree in the business administration from 2003 to 2007. And then when I make up my mind to change my career in the teaching area and scopes, I took the master course. It is also in an international cooperative course between the one local university in Vietnam and the Paris Dauphine University in France from 2008 to 2010. I have about 3 months to study in France, and I have like a couple of days intern at the Carillon Bank, was also located in Paris. Currently, I am a PhD candidate at the Thomas Bataille University in Berlin, and I hope that I could finish my thesis within 3 years, 3 or 4 years to accomplish this. Actually, that's my thesis regarding to analyzing and defining the determinants of the tourist behaviors on the luxury hotels and e-commerce. Now, I would love to share about my experience. In my experience, I would like to break down into the 3 different categories. The first of all is going to be that industry experience, with the experience I earned during the time I work in the real industry. And then I would love to talk about my teaching experience. And last but not least, I would like to share with you about my leadership experience also. So in terms of my industry experience, I have about a year to take positions as a director as a SMES, which is like one of the financial services corporations, and it provides the financial services for that investor who want to buy shares and stocks and bonds in the stock market. And with that position, I'm mainly in charge for conducting the capital budgeting, business development, and strategic planning, along with deploying and building up sales staff to achieve that sales target. Well, back then, from 2008 to 2011, I worked about 3 years for the Vietnam Security, which is one of the biggest financial services in Vietnam. And so I was fully in charge of building a strong contact with the corporate clients, dealing and also trading bonds in the bond market, along with generating the daily, weekly, monthly bulletins, and also the report for the foreign institutional customers. I also have about a year experience working as a treasurer in as an SSBC, and my main responsibility was managing the corporate treasury activity, the retail banking, foreign exchange businesses, and also that's I handle some of the foreign exchange transactions in the FX market. So that sounds about the industry experience. Now we're gonna move on to the teaching experience. As I mentioned before, when I decided to change my career, so when I worked for just an industry company, so some of the companies in the real industry, I just figured out that was not what I really wanted to do in my life. So that's why I decided to take this master degree just to fulfill the requirement to be the lecturer at a university. And since 2011, when after the time I achieved as my master degree, so I started to be the lecturer for some universities in town. So now I would love to share with you just some of the main points and some of the highlight timeline for just my teaching experience. From 2013 until now, I am a lecturer at Harvard University, and as I was responsible. I have been responsible for carrying out the teaching and the researching duties, and involving some of the administrations of undergraduate courses, such as like investment, international finance, international investment, and financial markets, mergers and acquisitions for undergraduate students. And the number of the periods of the courses here is a standardized based on that's the MOED, which is Ministry of Education and Training, regulated is a 45 period. So all of my courses have to go through for the 45 periods of each module. I also have to undertake the administrative duties with the liaising with the corporations for job seeking and other divisions in organizing some of the academic seminars and to host and also to create some of the activities for the students to engage. Of course, besides that, the teaching duties, as all the lecturers have to have another responsibility of the marking and also that's designing this assessment plan for their students to evaluate their performance. From 2014 and 2018, I was a lecturer as a Pearson NSL. This is one of the most accountable curriculum program in the UK. And actually, this one is a franchise program in Vietnam. And it needs to be followed exactly the standard procedures. And all the lecturers want to join into this program, they need to be trained from our partners and also from the program managers. My main duty there was deliver the lectures to the group of students in some courses related to accounting and finance, such as like business accounting, business communications, business analysis, financial accounting, and also have to be in charge of the conducting some of the preparations based on their standard. We need to make like the schedule of work, and we have to make the detailed lesson plans on every lessons, and based on the requirement sets of the learning outcomes. In 2012 to 2019, I was also the lecturer visiting lecturer at the Lincoln University. It's also the franchise program from the Lincoln University in the UK. And it is conducted in Vietnam. Also, there's the same, but with a different course of the different subjects that I have to deliver to the students, such as like financial accounting, global management, and with the materials and the teaching methods and assessment provided by this partner, the Lincoln University. So now I would love to talk about my leadership experience. That's I also as a head of the finance and banking department at the public university, and my main duties that's related into the sorts of the scope of the businesses as like strategic planning and leadership, and also related to the HR responsibilities and collaborations, and also that's to for the budgeting some activities in within that's our my faculty. There's the next one I would love to talk about. That's the also that's my experience related into the leadership in academic in academic area. That's I used to be the program manager, and also there's the same franchise program as a salesperson that I mentioned before. And my main duty was there managing and analyzing the students, lecturer, and provided some program data for external and internal associations. I also have to oversee and implement the project management for EV, which is mean external verifications, and IV, which is mean internal verifications, to assure that the quality standards following the ASL Pearsons. I was also accountable for coordinating with the Pearson to manage student enrollment and student degree granted following the same standard, and coaching and training new lecturers about the program and academic framework in terms of their lesson delivery, preparations, assessment, and assessment design, and marking. All right, so that's all about my experience I would love to share with you. Now I would love to talk with you about my notable achievements and awards. During my career path, I tried to manage to earn some achievements which I have been so proud of myself. I would love to share with you today. The first one I could come to this award medal for my major contributions to the faculty that I have been working for nearly 10 years up to now. And it's the one that I really want to share with you. This is I got the second prize of the teaching contest, named the best lecturer was rewarded for me at the Harvard University. Same. In 2 years, 2015 and 2019, I was assigned to organize and host some of the academic seminars and practical events connecting with the local businesses to welcome the professors and students from two reputed universities, Middlesex University and Coventry University from UK, respectively. And the series of activities created by me received the highly positive feedback from those educational partners. So I would love to share with you some of my professional skills I would want to highlight, which is like academic, which consists of the academic writing, leadership skill, intercultural skill. The reason why I said the intercultural skill was that's the fact that I was living in foreign countries for accumulated about 4 or 5 years, and I travel about 15 countries over the world. So that's why I'm really confident with this skill in terms of the understanding the differences of the cultures. And some of the ICT in the teachings that I'm really comfortable using and applying into that during my teaching sessions includes the Canvas, Moodles, Teams, and Zooms to conduct some of the online lessons, and also other techniques to create some activities and the projects for the student to enhance that's add-ins projects for the student. And also the last one is the course development skill. About my personal skills, of course, gonna be that I have a very great oral and verbal communication skills, troubleshooting and problem solving skills, and time management skill. Some of the core values I would like to highlight with you, which is like determined, passionate, responsible, hardworking, generous, open-minded, and very creative. I also really the performance driven and commitment to get until that is done. So that's some of the core values that I realized that's about myself, and I would like to share with you. About my hobbies and interests, that's one of my long-term hobbies is Sudoku. As you might know, there's a Sudoku also that enhances my problem-solving skill and the logical thinking to solve any puzzles and to solve any problems. And reading books is one of my another long-term hobbies, and I still maintain as my hobby until now. Swimming, I normally do it when I have free time and of course as a weekends, as well as listening to music in the free time and when I want to relax and want to have like that's to chill out. I also enjoy traveling and I have visited 15 countries up to now, and it keeps coming and it keeps counting, hopefully. So this is my contact information, this email and also the YouTube channels and the LinkedIn in case if you want to check it out my profile over there. Okay, so I think that's all about me. Thank you everyone for listening and I hope you have a nice day.